Hello everyone, and we're going to be looking at the severe storm threat across portions of the north central US today. Right now we are looking at the severe thunderstorm outlook, the severe thunderstorm risk, and we do have a level 2 out of 5 for portions of the Dakotas, Nebraska, Kansas, and Colorado, as you can see there. Definitely if you're in these areas, you have a possibility for some severe storms, mostly in that yellow risk, but definitely could see some isolated severe storms in that marginal risk, right around that slight risk, and even reaching down here to parts of Mississippi and Louisiana. We do also have a marginal risk for those severe storms across portions of the Maine area, definitely, or pretty much the northeast area, not just Maine. Definitely could see some isolated severe storms throughout this afternoon and tonight, but not really anything too severe as we're seeing over here in parts of the northern plains. Now here's the tornado outlook. We do not have any type of tornado risk for today, but definitely don't worry about that tornado risk. There is none expected throughout today. Here's the hail risk, and we do have up to golf ball size hail is going to be possible within those storms in the yellow shaded area, and up to quarter size hail within those storms in the green shaded areas. That's also including this marginal risk over here in parts of the northeast. Here's the wind risk lastly, and we do have up to 60 mile per hour gusts within those storms in this kind of main slight risk area, and also up to 40 mile per hour gusts within all of those marginal risk areas there. Now we can look at the future simulated radar for this severe weather threat. Alright, so right now we are looking at around midday. However, once we get to around 2 p.m. now, and you really start to see these cells develop in the western part of South Dakota, even the western part of Nebraska, you could see some cells developing along that dry line. And we move on with time, we get to around 30 p.m. and you really start to see some cells developing in the western part of the Dakotas and Nebraska. You move on here to around 4 p.m. now, and you can really see this start to developing. Like I said, main threats are going to be wind and hail, and not really much of that tornado threat. Get to around 5 p.m. now, or this will be around 6 p.m. and you really start to see cells really start to organize here, and there is definitely a possibility for a squall line of storms, but really not anything likely. But you move on here, and they look like they are going to be more of a cluster of storms, not really much of an organized line of storms. But definitely there's a very, very small chance for these to become become a line of storms. This is around 8 p.m. and definitely those storms look like they are starting to unorganize, but very strong storms still along those areas. It gets around 9 p.m. now, and still those storms are still lingering over those areas. And you finally get to 10 p.m. and still those storms are lingering over the South Dakota and Nebraska area. But in that North Dakota area, you can definitely see those are definitely decreasing in those coverages, and these won't move at about an northeast direction. So definitely once you get into around tomorrow at 12 a.m., there's actually going to be some more cells developing late night tonight, and once you get to around 1 a.m. or so, and that should really turn into those isolated showers and thunderstorms really quick. But there still will be some development by the time we get to the early morning hours of tomorrow. If you did enjoy this video, I would ask you to subscribe if you are new to the channel, and make sure to share this video with any friends or family that might be impacted by these severe storms. Anyways, stay safe.